Let's face it, dealing with difficult people is a universal struggle. Whether it's that infuriating colleague, the inconsiderate neighbor, or even a well-meaning friend who just doesn't get it, we all have to interact with people who drive us crazy. In How to Deal with Idiots, philosopher Maxime Rovere offers a fresh, humorous, and practical approach to handling these challenging individuals without losing your sanity or becoming an idiot yourself. He argues that the secret to dealing with difficult people is understanding them, mastering your own reactions, and finding peace in a chaotic world. In this audiobook summary by AudiblePages, we'll dive into Rovere's insights on empathy, boundaries, and the art of dealing with frustrating people. You'll learn how to stay calm, respond wisely, and even improve your own behavior in the process. By the end, you'll have a toolkit for navigating tricky social dynamics with grace and humor. Chapter 1. Understanding the nature of idiocy. Rovere starts by defining what he means by idiots. He explains that idiocy isn't necessarily a permanent trait, but often stems from ignorance, egotism, or a lack of awareness. He emphasizes the importance of understanding where people are coming from and why they behave the way they do. Rovere reminds us that everyone, at some point, has acted foolishly, including ourselves. Think about how many misunderstandings could be avoided if we recognize the underlying causes of idiotic behavior. Rovere teaches that understanding is the first step to dealing with difficult people effectively. The next time someone annoys you, pause and ask yourself what might be driving their behavior. Are they stressed, uninformed, or trying to protect their ego? Understanding their motivations can help you respond more thoughtfully. Chapter 2. The Art of Emotional Detachment. Rovere emphasizes the importance of emotional detachment when dealing with frustrating people. He explains that reacting emotionally only fuels the fire and gives the idiot more power over you. Instead, he suggests practicing mindfulness and learning to observe your emotions without acting on them. Detachment allows you to stay calm, think clearly, and make better decisions. Consider how much more peaceful your life would be if you didn't let others control your emotions. Rovere teaches that mastering your reactions is a form of self-defense. Practice deep breathing or counting to 10 when someone irritates you. This simple exercise can help you regain control and respond calmly instead of reacting impulsively. Chapter 3. Setting Boundaries. Rovere discusses the importance of setting boundaries to protect your time, energy, and well-being. He explains that people often act like idiots because they've never been told no or have no sense of limits. Establishing clear boundaries can prevent you from being taken advantage of and show others how you expect to be treated. Think about how much more empowered you'd feel if you set boundaries confidently. Rovere teaches that setting limits isn't selfish. It's necessary for healthy relationships. Identify one area in your life where you need stronger boundaries. Communicate your limits firmly but respectfully, and be prepared to enforce them if necessary. Chapter 4. The Power of Humor. Rovere explores how humor can be a powerful tool for dealing with difficult people. He explains that laughter can diffuse tension, disarm aggressive behavior, and make interactions more manageable. Humor allows you to maintain your sanity while dealing with idiocy, but it should be used thoughtfully, without belittling or mocking others. Consider how much easier it would be to handle frustrating situations if you could laugh about them. Rovere teaches that humor can be a shield, protecting you from stress and anger. Find humor in the absurdity of difficult situations. If someone is being unreasonable, imagine them as a character in a comedy sketch. This perspective shift can make their behavior seem less aggravating. Chapter 5. Practicing Active Empathy. Rovere emphasizes the importance of active empathy in dealing with idiots. He explains that empathy doesn't mean agreeing with or condoning bad behavior. It means making an effort to understand the other person's perspective. By showing empathy, you can often de-escalate conflicts and create a more constructive dialogue. Think about how many arguments could be resolved if we took the time to understand each other's viewpoints. Rovere teaches that empathy is a skill that can transform difficult interactions. The next time someone frustrates you, try to see the situation from their point of view. Ask open-ended questions to learn more about their perspective. Even if you don't agree, understanding can lead to better communication. Chapter 6. Avoiding the trap of idiocy yourself, Rovere, turns the focus inward, reminding us that we all have the potential to act like idiots. He emphasizes the importance of self-awareness and personal growth. By recognizing our own blind spots, biases, and moments of idiocy, we can improve our behavior and set a better example for others. Consider how much more self-aware and empathetic you'd be if you owned up to your own flaws. Rovere teaches that personal accountability is key to becoming a better person and dealing with other people's idiocy more gracefully. Reflect on your own behavior regularly. Ask yourself if there are areas where you've been stubborn, closed-minded, or inconsiderate. Commit to continuous self-improvement. Chapter 7. The wisdom of walking away, Rovere concludes with the idea that sometimes the best way to deal with idiots is to walk away. He explains that not every battle is worth fighting and that disengaging can be a powerful act of self-care. Knowing when to remove yourself from a toxic situation or relationship is a sign of strength, not weakness. Think about how much energy you'd save by choosing your battles wisely. Rovere teaches that walking away is a way to reclaim your peace and prioritize your well-being. Identify situations or relationships where you're constantly dealing with idiocy and ask yourself if it's worth the effort. If it's draining you more than it's helping, consider stepping back or letting go. Practical advice and wrap-up. Maxime Rovere's How to Deal with Idiots is a humorous yet insightful guide to navigating the minefield of difficult people. By practicing empathy, setting boundaries, mastering your reactions, and knowing when to walk away, you can maintain your peace and sanity. Remember, the goal isn't to change others, but to manage your own behavior and reactions in a way that serves you. Start today by choosing one strategy from the book and applying it to your interactions. Whether it's using humor, setting a boundary, or practicing detachment, every small step brings you closer to a more harmonious and less stressful life.